any sense, I'll get the camera so you can see. There we are. That's it on kind of medium to high. Well folks, welcome to another episode of Whitebeard's Kitchen. What I'm going to be cooking this evening is a Peking sauce pork stir fry, and there's one ingredient that is very important, and I learned this from a guy called the Backyard Chef. Do check him out. What I have in here is 160 mils of good old tomato ketchup. This is from my Chinese food store. No, it's not Heinz, but hey ho, this is a 5 litre bottle. And if you can picture what you buy of maybe Heinz tomato ketchup, it's probably about £2.80 for about, or £3 now, maybe for 500 mils. Well, this is 5 litres for a £5. You can order the likes of this online, definitely go for it. I'll add in 1.5 teaspoons of sesame oil. You don't want to add too much in, it can be overpowering. I'll add 2 tablespoons in of dark soy sauce. I have light soy sauce here, which I will add in 2 tablespoons as well. In my good old empty vodka bottle, hence I took the label off, I have Shaoxing Rice Wine. So I will add 2 tablespoons of that. A tablespoon of oyster sauce, half a cup of white rice wine vinegar. In terms of the sweetness for this sauce, you can use honey, you can use golden syrup, you can use something along that line. You can use brown sugar or even white sugar. I will add in 6 tablespoons of brown sugar. This is the important thing, and taught by the guy that I mentioned, Rick, who's the Backyard Chef. There's a little thing called, it's a wheat bean paste, and it's called Tian Mian Jiang. So I put that into the description. Obviously you're not going to get this in your local supermarket. If you can't even get it in your Asian superstore, and mine found it quite difficult to get it. They ran about the store for about half an hour, but they eventually found it. You can buy this online. This is really the ingredient that you do need to make a proper Peking sauce. And some versions, and I have seen them in as well, it's like a prepped up hoisin sauce. It isn't hoisin sauce, it's Peking sauce that you're cooking or that you're making. I will add in about 4 to 5 tablespoons of this Tian Mian Jiang. To advertise my dear old Black Sabbath cup, in case you're wondering what is in that, that is just 200 to 225 mils of good old tap water. You can buy these things online if you haven't got an Asian supermarket, just to thicken the sauce up when I go to cook it on the stove top, and will probably be 1.5 to 2 teaspoons of corn flour. And in shot is Guinness. That's not part of it, that's for me. And you're probably saying this guy's a great life. Yes, I'm on holiday, so I'm going to put all those measurements in. I'll have them in the description, and then we'll get cooking later on. Okay folks, so here we have my supersonic wok heating up. I have about 3 tablespoons of peanut oil in this. Could use vegetable oil, any flavourless oil will do. And what I have here is roughly about a pound of, again, good old pork chops, cut some of the fat off. Marinated this really with 1 teaspoon of dark soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of light soy sauce, a pinch of white pepper, and just put in a tiny taste of corn flour, about a tablespoon, also a tablespoon of Shaoxing Rice Wine. Okay, so that will be going in. So there's the wok smoking. Don't want this smoking too much. In with the onions. Just want to get them a bit of a char. As you can see, I turned the heat down just ever so slightly on this. So, now turn it up. That, as I told you what I did with the pork, just to marinate. That marinated has just been in the fridge. I'm off work again today, this week. On leave I have to take, so before the end of March. So I had that been marinating for, I'm sure, at least a good 4 hours. Half an hour to be honest, will obviously do that. So I've got my Peking sauce on a medium heat. Now I just need to keep an eye on it because the sugar don't want it to burn. Just checking the sauce there, it's coming a bubble. I had that on so I've just got it simmering now on a low heat. In now with the red pepper. I'll put that in. What I have here, so that's about a small red pepper that I have just finely sliced. In now going about 2 tablespoons of garlic and 1/2 teaspoon of ginger. Just give that, turn the heat down a little bit. I still want my ginger and garlic to burn. In with the pork. It's a bit on the sticky side because, as I say, with the corn flour, that'll break up. That's the Peking sauce that I showed you earlier already. Right, okay, so just going to try and break this pork up. Then have it come together a little bit. That's only because inside of the corn flour in. So just separate it. What I will do though, I'll maybe add just a small smidgen of water. I obviously don't want it to stew. I'll break the pork up a little bit. So now I'm going to crank the heat up. And hopefully the pork will turn out tender because it's been marinating for so long. And it's not deep fried. And a little bit of sticky at the bottom, so I'm just going to scrape that off. And it's just obviously some of the corn flour coming loose. What that will do though, when it's time for the sauce to go in, we'll thicken the sauce, and I did make a corn flour slurry up, cornstarch slurry, whatever you want to call it, depending on what part of the world you live in. Right, just going to check the sauce, so turn it off. Alright, back again. Okay, no point in watching me boring you to death, bit of a stir fry. As you can see, it's coming on nicely. I'll be back very shortly. Okay folks, so I added just another little bit of water to the sauce. It is quite on the thin side. I mean, as you would expect, if I wanted to thicken this up, I would add, and I have corn flour ready. So I'm just going to pour a tiny taste in, just straight from the pot. Give that a bit of a stir, just to coat the meat. So I have my pot of water boiling for my noodles. These are Chinese noodles from Wuhan. I will say no more, but there we are. It is a province of China. So walk back up to, well, as you can see, I suppose somebody says I'll get the camera so you can see. There we are. That's it on kind of medium to high. If I put this on to high, lift the ring off, then it doesn't seem much of a difference. But you'll see the difference with the flame enveloping the water. That's for sure. So add just another tiny splash of the sauce. And hopefully I'm going to start trying to leave this links in from where I purchase some of the stuff that I use. So I've got, for example, my chef spoon, my wok burner, and other little bits and pieces. Most of them, I have to be honest, come off Amazon, so surprise, surprise, and particularly if you live you're up near a major city and some stuff you want to buy and you can't get your hands on it. And even some of those links that I do have lead me to certain shops, so I found out certain suppliers, so I now even go to them directly if needs be, but initially through Amazon for sure. Or if I'm being lazy, my darling wife has Prime, so it gets delivered a bit quicker. Right folks, the sauce certainly is thickening up as I add a bit to it. Just added a couple more splashes of water Taking a wee bit longer, simply because I'm kind of running from one place to the other. And I see a few strips of pork that I cut, the joys of being a home cook. I probably didn't cut them finely enough or thin enough, so I've just broken those up as they're cooking. And I got a bugger at the back. Pardon my French. There. Thin chopped in half. I can honestly say that's this cooked. You want to thin this down a bit, you could add a tiny taste of water. It will not take any taste away, and mine is only thickened up, which I wanted to a bit. And maybe just add a wee tiny splash of water again. You know, and simply because of the marinade. Thank goodness I didn't need to add cornstarch. I have some sauce left. I'll throw a tiny drop in. I'm not going to use all of that. I can jar that. That should keep, I would imagine, for at least 5 days in the fridge. And this is your proper Peking sauce. Hoisin sauce is not in it, although it's used for the base for a lot of Peking sauces that you'll see. But really those are not as authentic as this Tian Mian Jiang sauce. Okay, so that's that done. Now to pop my noodles in for 4 minutes into this boiling water. Well, here we are, folks. So this is my Peking sauce pork dish. It's a stir fry. Absolutely wonderful. I'm not hungry, you can hardly think. Quite simple to make, but you definitely do need that Tian Mian Jiang for the authentic Peking sauce. So folks, now to taste this. It's absolutely wonderful. And the smell, it's sweet, it's sour, savoury, or umami if you want to be that kind of chefy person. Great with the noodles. You can do this with boiled rice. Definitely recommend this. Well, I need dinner. I'm going to say have a good evening from Whitebeard's Kitchen. Rock on, and I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Bye for now.